Well, hello out there in the Facebook world and internet friends all over, wherever you are. Hey, God bless you. Welcome to the Lewis's home. And I'm Ray, and this is Clarice.
Hello.
And first of all, we want to not apologize for coming on a little later than we usually do, but we were watching The Graduates. You forgot the timer.
Yes.
I forgot The Graduates. You know, she's serious about that timer. We wanted to celebrate with The Graduates. Congratulations for all of you that have a graduation this year. And maybe you can't come out for social distancing purposes, but congratulations. You know, what an accomplishment.
Congratulations. Our grandsons are graduating.
That's right, yeah. So we're really happy about that.
Yes.
Really happy about that. I think they did a good job tonight as well. Great job.
Yes.
Well, again, we want to come in just our simple way to get in the Word of God first because we love it.
Yes.
And it's a great way to invite you in to a conversation with us.
Yes.
And hopefully you get into the Word already. And if not, this might be a means of stimulation for you to get into the Word of God.
Right.
What are we going to talk about tonight?
Well, we decided that we would talk about judging because we were in the book of James and we were reading James 2, verses 2 to 5. James chapter 2, verses 2 to 5. You got it?
Okay, got it.
And we were thinking about how, as reading this, how different people can judge you directly and indirectly, and not some may realize they're doing it and some may not. But we wanted to talk about how what the Bible talks about judging and different people's perspective on judging and different levels of judging there is. So
you know, that's interesting because we had our book club today. We have a book club every so often, you know, twice a month. And the discussion for the book club was about judging. So I felt good about what we're doing here, and we had a variety of people online on our Zoom meeting. Some was white, some were black, some were young, some were old.
All walks of life.
All walks of life. And, you know, we're all human, and what we're about to talk about happens to all of us. I wish it didn't happen as much.
But it does.
But unfortunately, you know, we all fall victim to this kind of judging that we'll talk about.
Right. And I think I really want to use this table talk as an encouragement to other people that may go through different things, and they may hopefully they can relate. We can relate to one another, and even if you have different questions or comments about what we speak, what we're talking about here, please put them in the comments, and we would love to try to address them. You know, we're not perfect, but we can just kind of address them from our own experience.
Absolutely. And if you like it, press like and then share it with someone else that you like. But you know what? You speak with such ease. You know, people get along. You get along with people so well. And you make people feel so comfortable, even on your job. And I really appreciate so much that you see your job as a ministry.
It is.
You know,
it's a ministry.
Even though it's so-called secular work, but you always bring it under the realm of your faith in God. So
thank you.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate that. Well, we were we're going to talk about the book of James, chapter 2 and verse 2 to 5. Get my words right, and it reads.
It's a new English version. It's a real simple
version
or understanding of this text. I think it's real powerful.
Right.
Go ahead, babe.
You want to read it? Okay. 2 men may come into the place where you have your meetings. One of them is wearing good clothes and he has gold rings. The other man is poor and he is wearing old clothes. You look at the man who is wearing good clothes. You say to him, please sit here in a good place. But you say to the poor man, stand there or sit at my feet.
Wow.
Verse 4, if you do that, you are not doing the right thing. You are thinking that each of them has a different value.
Wow.
You must not think that one of them is better than the other man. This is wrong, and your thoughts are not correct. My dear Christian brothers, my dear believers, listen to me. This is what God has done. He has chosen those that people of this world call poor. Those are people of this world call poor. But those poor people believe in God.
Yes.
So he calls them rich.
Wow.
He will give to them a place in his kingdom. God has promised this to those who love him.
Wow.
And
it's really down to earth.
it is. And it's amazing because as we were talking about this, we talked about the nearsighted usher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That blew my mind
Yeah.
when that thought came up. The nearsighted usher. Oh my
That's right,
God.
because he sees right before him.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing beyond that person. A lot of times we will do that. I fall guilty of that sometimes. We look at a person instead of searching beyond that person, what's in their heart. This person here, the usher, ushered him in. He was looking at the good clothes and the gold ring and everything. But the other person, he told him,
old clothes.
Yeah. What did he tell him to do? You stand here or sit here.
Yeah, he gave the person that was dressed well the best seat. Like they had one picked out for him. I'm so glad that James is putting this in a church context, because we're all familiar with Sunday morning at church and coming in wearing your Sunday best.
Right.
Some people say, well, it's been said, come as you are.
That's not
But
true.
we don't really mean that. We don't really mean come as you are, as you're dressed in the club or wherever you are out there. We don't really mean that. And we say it,
Yeah.
But there's a lot of judgment behind it, so it's really unfortunate.
Right. And when you look at that nearsighted usher, and we say he's nearsighted because he's just seeing what's in front of him instead of looking beyond.
Right.
But for him to tell this person to stand there or sit at my feet, the part about sitting at my feet, I thought about my granddaughter.
I wondered what that meant. Yeah.
Well, to me, and this is just my perspective, but when you have someone like me, when you have children, in my case now grandchildren, but even with my children, if one of them were I have a granddaughter that used to get into a lot of things.
Which one?
I'm not gonna bust her out.
Right.
But I would tell her, if I was sitting somewhere and she was with me, I would have her sit right beside my feet, by my legs, so that I could watch her and keep an eye on her, because I knew she had the capabilities of going and getting into mischief. So for her to sit at my feet, I could keep an eye on her. And it kind of makes me think about that when he's saying, stand here.
Yeah.
Why do you want him to stand here and sit at your feet? Or you want to keep your eye because you don't trust him? You've already judged him.
That's so true. What a bad spirit for people in the house of God. This is, for instance, Sunday morning.
Right.
We get ready to hear the word and join with God's people.
Right.
And check this usher out. Oh my goodness. But it must be the culture of that meeting.
Right.
Because nobody stopped them. Right.
No.
They had a place where all the rich, wealthy people sat, people that were dressed nice, and then the others.
Right.
You stand here. She didn't even offer him a seat.
No, you stand here. He did say sit.
At my feet, though.
At my feet.
Oh, my God.
But when you tell someone to stand right there or to sit at your feet, to me, you're keeping an eye on that person because you've already judged that person. And you feel that I need to watch this person, because you tell the rich person to go on up front.
Like he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay. But I'm going to keep an eye on you, just like I would my granddaughter.
And the rich person could be a person that could tear the church up.
Yeah, tear it down. Exactly.
What's in verse 4? Say it again. Can you read that again?
If you do that, you are not doing the right thing. You are thinking that each of them has a different value. Wow. So he put more value on the one that had the nice clothes and garments and the ring. And, it's amazing. You had said something about poor people, your thought on the poor people, that they were more trusting and
trusting and humble, and and they're more apt to trust in God,
Yes.
to throw
Yes.
themselves at God's mercy because they're in a place of need. They're
Right.
poor, and they realize their need
Yeah.
quicker.
Yeah.
I think that's what it means when it says that how hardly shall a rich man enter the kingdom. It's easier for a camel to
Going to the eye of the needle.
crawl
Yeah.
through the eye of a needle than for a
Right.
rich man.
Right.
It's not that they can't get saved, but there's so many distractions with their money, with their wealth. You know,
Yes.
as Proverbs says, their wealth is their strong city.
And it's kind of sad in society today. We put our value,
Yes.
our on what a person has, instead of looking in their heart. Thank God that God looks into our heart.
Absolutely.
And I thank God for that.
And some of the most humblest, beautiful spirited people I've ever met were among the poor.
Yeah.
Just with,
Yeah.
I can see what Jesus meant. Blessed are the poor. Congratulations when you get to a point
Yes.
where you understand that you need Him.
Yes.
That's a beautiful
Amen.
place
Amen.
to be in.
That's that wisdom.
Yeah.
That's that
Yeah.
you have graduated to another level. It doesn't matter your income or your
Right,
status
right.
in society, but you
Right.
have graduated to another
Absolutely.
level of wisdom, a success that you have
Yeah.
been able to overcome
That's
the
beautiful.
things that you go through, and we all go through different things, but
Absolutely.
you've been able to overcome it. And I was writing some little notes down here, and I was looking at 1 Samuel 16:7.
Oh, okay. First Samuel.
1 Samuel 16.
Oh, that's got to be a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, this is King Saul.
Yes. Yes. And just that one verse in verse 7. Read that, Ray. What does that say? Baby?
Okay, it says, and it came to pass, verse 6, when they were come, that he looked at Eliab, this is Samuel, looked at Eliab and said, surely the Lord's anointed is before him.
Yes.
Eliab was,
Yeah.
healthy and tall and strong and handsome and
Right.
had all the features. Verse 7, but the Lord said to Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as a man seeth. For man looketh on the outward,
Right.
and God,
Look at
the
something.
Lord, looketh at the heart.
Yeah.
I hear our
Yeah. And
alarms going on, and we'll come back to this.
We'll come back to this because it's really important for us to see the different aspects of judging and how it can affect our lifestyles and how we perceive other people and other people perceive us. And we should just be thankful that unlike man, God sees our heart.
Excuse me, Miss Lewis, can I cut you off this time? Because you always rush up there and get me. I
Yeah.
think I'm going to roll over here and...
No, but you got to stop the timer, dear.
Oh, you got to stop the timer. Right where? Right?
Right there, cancel.
Okay.
But we want to thank you guys for joining us this evening.
I'm going to cut her off. I'm going to cut her off.
It's been a pure blessing. I'm trying to talk a lot.
Go, you better talk
It's been
fast.
a pure blessing. God is so good, and we'll see you next week.